everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft here on the Truly Bedrock server. I'm your host, BJ, and today we have mob farms. A lot of mob farms. I am super excited to show you the progress on the cave spider farm, although I gotta be careful not to spend too much time on it, but there has been a lot of work done, so I needed to show you all what has happened. So you can see I've got a lot of this thing cleaned out. I've got several double chests I'll show you here in just a second of all the cobble and various stone varieties I've gotten dug out of here. And we have all the spawners that are pretty much cleared up and ready to go. We just need to wire in. You can see one right there. I've got one test one I wired in over there. Lights to all of them to be able to turn them off and on, particularly in Bedrock, or we're going to make a mess. As you may have seen, possibly in Beardstone's latest video, or coming up soon, he made a bit of a mess when he didn't turn off his spawners like he was supposed to. But nevertheless, we got to do that on all of ours, and we're going to do that today. Get those guys wired up. Get some of the stalactites and stalagmites that are going to, I guess, all stalactites. Those are the ones that come from the top. They're all going to have to come from the top, unfortunately, because I come up from the bottom, it's going to ruin the water supplies. It's kind of a shame because I really wanted to have this really kind of organic cave shape, but the reality is if I want this water source to work really well, we had to do it in this way. And I'm going to explain this actually a little bit too, some of the mechanics behind why it's this shape. But before we do that, let's actually go check out all the goods that we've cleaned out of here and get prepared to do our lighting really quickly. So here are all the chests of everything that I've collected so far down here, and as you can see, we got tons of cobble. I need to turn all this into smooth stone more or less, which means I gotta spend a tremendous amount of coal on smelting them, but it's the right thing to do because I'm going to need those to build. And then do I already have it? Yep, I've got the redstone in here, and I've got the obsidian I needed to complete this build today. And so maybe one thing we're going to talk about really quick too is what the rest of today's episode is going to be about. We are going to spend a little bit of time here on the cave spider spawner. Like I said, I want to get it all lit up and do one test run. I'm also going to show you what we're going to be doing in the nether a little bit. And then I have completed the skelly spawners, and I found some zombie spawners during Mr. Beardstone's stream earlier this week that I converted while I was watching him into a drown farm. So I want to show you both of those, and then we're going to go over to the shopping district and talk about our first shop that we're going to have built over there that all of this ties into. So I'm kind of stoked about that. So the first thing let's do, let's go ahead and get some of the supplies that we need. I think I actually have a lot of them already in my inventory. I got stone, I got the things I need to make the stalactites with. I got the obsidian that I need. I got the redstone lamps. So let's go ahead and start setting these redstone lamps on each one of these spawners. So let's start with this one. And you can see we already got one that I showed a little bit earlier that's already in there. And it's kind of just roughed in. You can see the redstone. We'll definitely be covering that more as we start shaping the ceiling a little bit more. And so just to kind of give you an idea, this whole area is probably going to go up another, depending on where we are, another 15, 20, 30 blocks up in the air. So you can really get this vaulted cave feeling in here. But this one's kind of the unusual one a little bit because it's right off the edge of our walkway here. I got to be careful about how I'm going to get this one in here. And so one of the things I was thinking about, and we'll just use probably a little bit of natural stone and some cobblestone to rough it in right now. What I want this to do is this is going to be the gangway, and it's not going to be this straight. I am actually going to move this portal back a little bit. And then when you come through, I do want this to kind of curve around a little bit and to feel like this really rough gangway that's coming out to this platform that'll be suspended out here with chains and things like that. That'll make this a little more interesting. And we're going to try and curve around this one. So this is still going to be a stalactite like the other ones. I better double check. I'm going to check Google here in a second and make sure I'm using that correctly. It's not stalagmite. It's probably my luck. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this out in here. And this is where the redstone is going to come down. It's going to sit down right on top of this because that's the way it works. If you light or if you power the block above it, it will power the redstone down below it. And I think actually that might even work one higher than that. It might in Java. I'd have to double check it, but I don't remember off the top of my head. So anyway, let's go ahead and start building up this one a little bit. We're not going to come up too far, just a little bit. And I'll go ahead and bust some of these out. We don't need to bring this all the way down. Most of these are just going to be getting it prepared kind of around the edges. Let's do that right there. And I'm definitely going to rough this up and make it a lot more organic. But the thing it is we need to do is we need to get the redstone so it kind of spirals up into the ceiling up in here. So then we can hide it up in a particular spot and be able to snake it over and tie all of the lights together. So let's go ahead and just clean some of this out right here. One of the other nice things about having the water streams down here right now is that if I don't catch it, it just goes in there and down into there. And it's easy to pick up as long as I can get there before it despawns. So let's go ahead and think about how this is going to snake up. So it's going to come up one here. I think I'm going to use stone brick for now, just so that it's a little bit easier to see. So this will come up here, up one here, like this. We kind of just want to spiral it around to some degree, kind of like this. Turn this thing on and see if this gets down to our light like we want it to. And it does. Look at that. The light is going, so we can go ahead and bust off. Let's see if I can get down there. Now that I've placed that, I probably can go right here. Get these guys all off of the sides here. Got to come back around this side. And don't want to break the spawner. Not that I would break the spawner by punching it with that, but there we go. Now we have 2 spawners completely wired in. Let's go ahead and do the other ones really quick. And here's number 3. Let's get some redstone up on this guy, and then we'll get it turned on. I think this is going to work out pretty well. Let's go ahead and place that one. And that is 1, 2, 3, maybe? Let's get down here. I can't quite see it. Where is it? Yes, 3 is active. Oh no, this is both good and terrifying. So apparently, I've had some challenges with my lighting. But the good thing is this is working as intended. They're not able to get out. Are they? Did he get out of there? No, they can't really get out. They can kind of get up on top of it a little bit, but they can't get out, which is exactly what I was hoping was going to happen. So this is good, you know, other than being terrified because there's 8 spiders down here that I'm having to kill all of them. Hopefully this happens soon. Die, please. Don't hurt me. We rerouted number 1 here. It had gone back through there and all the way back around, but after coming through here with another line that ties into, I can get rid of that. I could use that redstone. That ties the first couple ones down over here. That would be, that was 2 and 3 down there. So this was the first one I wired in. So now we have 1, 2, and 3 wired off of 1 switch. And this will be the 4th one coming in here. Let's just get down here and make sure it's on. Yep, I saw it light up. All right, I'm gonna remove those torches and then we'll go on and do number 5. 4 down. Here is 5 now. We just dug out a really large, pretty significant area here. This took a fair amount of time to build this guy out or dig this guy out. So let's get the 5th one connected up here. Hopefully this reaches. I think I might need to add a repeater right there. I think that got it. Let's go check really quick, make sure it's up and running. This one's a little bit tighter. Can I get rid of this one? No, I can't. I'm probably gonna fall. It is lit at least. Let's see, I'm probably not gonna be able to do this. That's barely. I made that work. Let's drop that off. This is how I've been doing this. Just one little block at a time, knocking these guys out. Here we go. Get all the lighting off of this guy. Oh, I didn't even have much on this one. How do I get around here? There we go. That one's done. All right, 5 lit. All right, in the home stretch here on number 6, finally. Hopefully this is long enough. That's a repeater, so we should get 15 blocks out of that. I think it's gonna be close down this way. Do I need any? I think I need to light up these tunnels a little bit. Do I already have one over here? I think we're probably okay. Gotta remember to light up the areas. Light up so we don't get any spawns. Okay, here we go. Maybe this is enough. This is getting really close. One more. Yes, there we go. All right, now I just need to put another block down on there. Can I reach it? Perfect. Let's get these torches out of here. And let's see if make sure there's not one on this side. Nope, I think we're good. All right, that is it. We have all of them now lit up and we're ready to go give it a test. Moment of truth, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th one is right down here below us. And I don't see any torches on any of them, so it should go pretty dark in this cave when we flick this thing. Let's see if we can get over here where I can see all of these guys. Oh, I should be able to see from right there. Oh, perfect. Here we go. Oh, those guys down there didn't. That's probably because I'm not over here. Let's get them all going there. That was pretty quick. That was basically one set of spawns from all of them. Let's see how many spiders we have down here. Let's get the... Oh, jeez. Oh, no. I think this might be a pretty effective XP farm, potentially. So I can confirm with some certainty that this works really pretty well as an XP farm, although I haven't gotten to use it a whole lot. as an XP farm just yet, but I thought I would show you really quick all the work that I've been doing over the last day or so, and we'll talk about the reason why it's taken me a full day to take care of this. But I thought I'd show you this first really quick. See how much I've dug out of the ceiling. I still have a little bit back over here to dig out, but for the most part, it is getting pretty close to being prepped and ready to start building back out again in kind of an interesting and aesthetic way. I have a real vision for what this is going to look like. You can see I've started toying with the edge here just a little bit, how it's going to come out over the water. Because I don't need the spiders to drop back over there. I just need the water streams to work properly. So I'll be able to cover up the edge quite a bit, and it'll look a little bit more irregular, so that's good. But from a functionality standpoint, the reason this is taking me so long is because I died many times over the last few hours, few days. In fact, in the last 3 days, or last 4 days, I've lost all of my armor and all of my tools 3 times. And as a result, I'm very poor on diamonds. And I need some more stuff. So we're going to go actually see Prowl here in just a little bit to do a little bit of trading because I need a few things. But first, let's talk a little bit about the killing system that I have in here. So we are planning on doing this in the Nether. It's not going to be ready yet, and we still have some things to figure out. But I wanted to get this working, so I went ahead and installed a couple of different versions of the Trident Killer until I got one that I thought worked relatively well. And what it does is it'll kill the spiders. It will take the drops from that, including the XP, and it will take the drops from them and put it into a chest, and then it sends the XP up the chute. So I could stand right here, have everything loaded in, and it's actually giving me XP, even though it's not actually giving it all to me, which is probably the one issue that I have really with this particular design, and one of the reasons I'm not going to detail it too much. If it worked really well, I'd make sure and probably actually even do a tutorial on it, because I think it's actually pretty neat. But the idea behind it is I did this little change to the Trident Killer so that everything drops off this. Occasionally a little bit of XP will stick up there, but it will get down into here and it will send all the drops, including the XP, back over here to this water chute. It'll put all the drops through a piece of soul sand that puts it in the chest, and then the XP goes up the chute. So all in all, it works really well, and I'm really happy with it. It's just not the most super efficient in the world. You have to stand up there for a little while, get the XP that comes up, and then come down every 5 minutes or so and collect it down on the bottom. But that works pretty well for me for right now, at least until we can get the one working in the Nether. But for now, we're going to go ahead and just be done here in the cave spider farm, and let's go take a look at 2 of the other farms that I've built over the last few days here in my base area, in particular the double skelly spawner and the double zombie spawner that has been turned into also a drowned farm. That's actually where I got all of these tridents from. These are from the drowned farm, and of course they're going to be nerfing drowned farms in 1.16, so we're going to have to get all the tridents we're going to need for the whole season in the next couple of weeks or so, because they're dropping the new Nether update very soon, and we're looking forward to that. But for now, let's just go take a look at our other farms. So let's change it up a little bit, and we're going to start with the drowned farm. Back there's the skelly farm, I don't know, maybe 100 blocks or so, and then just when I was in here mining, I mined over here right in between 2 different zombie spawners. There's one right behind this wall, maybe 3 or 4 blocks, and another one behind this wall, 3 or 4 blocks, and we're almost dead center in between them. And the way that this works is it actually takes the zombies. I can't get down in there because I have it all dug up, but it brings the zombies in a short chute and then up, and then over through a cobweb that is waterlogged, and then it drops them down into this waterlogged cobweb. And those 2 waterlogged cobwebs are what turn them into drowned. And I would turn it on now, but it would take... Actually, let's go ahead and turn it on. I'll go ahead and time-lapse a little bit and wait for them to come on through. And there is the never-ending waterfall of the drowned zombies here. I need to turn that off. It's going to take me a while to actually clean this out, but I could sit here for an hour, and I'm going to end up with just these crazy drowned zombies back in here. But this has been a super effective farm, actually, both in terms of XP to some degree and in terms of getting drops. And I could easily put a... Better watch out, this little guy's going to come get me. I could put a Trident Killer here, and I probably will actually later. But the reason I'm not is because I have looting 3 on the sword, and I want to get as good a drops as I possibly can out of it. And if I put them into the XP Killer, then I'm probably not going to get the best drops in the world. So I think that's where I can get the gold ingots and getting the tridents and the things like that. So I'm going to go ahead and hang here for a little bit and continue killing these guys until this is cleaned out, and then we'll go over and look at the skelly farm. And then I think we're going to go meet with Prowl here really quick. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. Come on, zombies. Keep dropping, buddies. So I showed you the double skelly spawner in the last episode, and one of the spawners is right above the enchanting station here, which of course I got a full enchanting station here, which is nice. We got a ender chest, stuff like that, and I've been using the heck out of that thing. And then the other spawner is kind of in that direction, and they're about the same level. One's one block higher, I think, than the other one. And then we have, with this guy right here, I have a torch tower that goes up with redstone lights over the top of each one to turn them off, which is what they're off right now. In fact, we can go and turn it on. We'll get a couple of skellies to come down here, and I'll show you how the trident killer works, which that's a pretty standard, straightforward trident killer. So we'll get these guys down in here, and I can turn that off. And then one of the problems I was having is that now they just sit in there. If, oh, I already got my XP there. Oop, thank you for the XP. They'll just sit down in here and wait, and because we have no despawning mechanics, they'll just hang there. So I had to turn on this little extra switch. That leaves the lights on and then turns on the trident killer. So I can clean it out really quick. Come on, you got to go, buddy, too, even though you got armor on you. And then I can zip over here and get my XP. And then I have an AFK fish farm that I wish they weren't nerfing these, because I think this has got a couple of features I think that are relatively unique to it, and it works really, really well. And I would love to do a tutorial on that, but it's kind of moot because they're going to be completely useless in a couple of weeks. And then here I'll show you all the stuff I've been getting out of the double spawner. This is actually not that much time, considering that I have 3 double stacks of arrows, and I also had three double stacks of bones that I've turned into bone blocks, and so I have that. And then I have this shulker chest, which is the reason that I need to go see Prowl. In fact, we just contacted him on Discord. He's willing to meet really quick, and so let's go meet with him over in the shopping district. I need to buy some stuff from him, and then I can show you what my plans are for my first shopping build. All right, so I need ink sacks. So I know that Prowl is selling some ink sacks, and I need them for my Killer Bees shop that I'm getting ready to build over here. And so Prowl's nice enough to meet here. I'm going to show you this, Prowl, my friend, just so you have proof of. So this is all the good stuff I have in the world right there, and you can see the diamonds that I have in there.
That's all the diamonds that you have?
That's all the diamonds I have left. I've died 3 times in the last 4 days and lost all my gear and tools.
Oh my gosh.
And so I keep remaking them. So I really need the ink for my shop, because my Killer Bees is going to have some black concrete in it, and I could go farming it, but I have this other problem. At my double skelly farm, I've got a lot of bones, and I know that you sell bone blocks, and so
yes, I do. I sell quite a lot of them, actually. I can't even I can hardly keep up with the stock demand.
That's good. So it says 2 diamonds per stack of bone blocks, and as you can see, I don't really have that. And you were selling, what was the ink? It was it one ink sack?
1 diamond per stack of 16.
Per stack, yeah. So I thought I would give you a stack of bone blocks would be good for like a 32 of the ink, but that would assume you're making no profit on that. So I feel like that might not be necessarily quite fair. But are you willing to trade? Maybe I could trade some bone blocks for some ink sacks.
You got me listening. You got me listening, because I do like diamonds, but I can be persuaded.
Well, something we might maybe even be able to do is, like I said, I got this double skelly farm that's just turning these things out. I actually have another full shulker of those.
Wow.
Maybe I could be like your black market supplier or something that I can, because as I understand it, you're actually going to need some of those bones for some of your own farms coming up too. So.
I do need some bones. I'm selling them faster than I can stock them, so I don't have any for myself.
Mm-hmm. And just, I also saw in the Discord there, or in the chat there earlier, that you needed some coal, so I thought I might sweeten the offer a little bit with the coal.
Yeah, I saw that stack in the middle. I kind of do need some coal, because it's going to be a little bit before I can go mining for more again.
Okay, well, how many you got in there? You got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 stacks. Or 14 sets, I guess, of the ink sacks.
Yep.
There's 26 stacks of bone blocks in here and a block of coal. Do you feel like that would be like maybe a fair trade for all of that? I mean, I don't know if I need that many ink sacks. How about maybe 9 stacks? You want to do like 9 stacks of the ink sacks that you got in there for that whole thing?
Stacks of the ink sacks for this one shulker box of bone blocks.
And the coal. The coal's the sweetener.
And the coal, okay. The coal's the cherry on top.
Yeah, definitely.
I like cherries on top. Oh, and
I'll give you golden carrot too, just because.
You know what? I was gonna roll hard on you here and demand the other shulker box, but when you throw in the golden carrot, How can I refuse the golden carrot? You sir, you got a deal. You got a deal.
Oh man, oh, I really appreciate that. So that is helping me out so much. And I'll tell you what, on the next the box of bones there, I'll even give you a little bit better deal, I think.
Okay, you know what? BJ, I don't care what everybody else says about you. You're all right. You're all right. Especially that Beardstone guy that we had to deal with the other day.
What are they saying about me? Never mind. I don't want to know. If I find out, I'm going to feel bad. So, all right. I really appreciate it. I need the ink sacks. I'm going to be able to build now over here. And I promise that later in the season, I won't undercut your bone block sales. I promise I won't do that. Deal?
All right, buddy. You got a deal. Thanks a lot, and I'll catch you later. Enjoy the ink
Thanks,
sacks.
man. I appreciate it. We'll see you. So the big idea behind Killer Bees, my new shopping, or my new store here in the shopping district, is that we're going to be selling complete Trident Killer kits in a variety of different ways. We're going to have an installation section where you can see how to build a Trident Killer for those Redstone challenged here on the server. And then we're also going to be selling a bunch of other things that are used for, well, killing things on the server, mostly mobs. That's the intent anyway. So things like swords and like tridents. And so our main competition is probably going to be Mr. Beardstone here, who has set up this incredibly gorgeous shop here that unfortunately there's probably no way we're going to be able to compete with this. He built this on stream the other day, and he's got the pickle porch here where you can come and get pickles, which might actually be not too bad, 1 diamond per stack. That's entirely possible that we're going to be doing that. We'll have to see, because I do like me some pickles, and they're excellent for lighting up in water areas, and free with any purchase. Yes, I have this problem with mine as well. Drowned heads, don't forget your free drowned heads. Nice, got little access up there. Coral coming soon. It's not here yet. Tribeard's Trident Corner. What is this? 1 diamond each. Although, you know, oh, come on, Beardstone. Come on, buddy. Look at this. All your tridents are half used, man. You're selling used tridents for a diamond? I think that's an in. That's a possibility of something that we could utilize to our advantage. We sell only the newest tridents, not any of these used ones. And maybe we even use a little bit of our XP to rename them, and to make sure that they're not only 100% complete, but maybe we'll actually do a little bit of enchanting on some of them and sell some enhanced ones. We will have to see. But that's the idea behind Killer Bees, is you go to Killer Bees for your killing needs. I just came up with that off the top of my head. I'm gonna have to use that. But we have to pick a place to do it, and I feel like, you know, location. I think this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna set up to build in this area. So let me go ahead and get some of the stuff out, and then we're gonna build a little bit of a job board to show you all the things that I'm gonna be including in the store. So here we go. We have everything we need laid out and ready to go to show you guys what the plan is. And so I created myself a little job board, as I mentioned over here. The first thing we need to do is we need to decide on the block palette. And one of the things that's missing right here right now is we don't have the black concrete made. So I thought I'd show you this really quick. All the stuff that I have over here. I've done a fair amount of farming. Got a bunch of sand. Got a bunch of gravel. And then we have, let's see, which one is it? This one? No, that's white concrete. We got some of that. Where is it? There it is. So we have some yellow concrete that I've already made a little bit earlier because I went out and got a bunch of yellow dye from the dandelions. And then you were with us when we bought all the ink sacks from Prowl. So let's go ahead and make a little bit of this black concrete powder to start with. I do have a water bucket on my bar there just in case. So let's go ahead and just make as much as we can kind of click out of here with. There we go. That's good. I was a little bit worried that actually those ink sacks, I was going to use up a ton of those. Where was that at? Where'd you go? I need to get organized this a little bit better. Well, that's good. So it didn't use up a ton of them, but it did use some. We got a couple good stacks out of it. That's good. I wasn't sure. I couldn't remember how much we could get out of that. And then we've also got coal here, which I thought maybe would be kind of interesting. And I can just do that really quick. Probably won't do that on all of them, but that's a good way to just turn the concrete powder into concrete really quick. We need to look at it. And so there is quite a bit of difference between these two. I'm actually surprised that this is a lot more gray than I think I thought it was. We'll set one over here as well. And you know what? I think I might go ahead and just put the concrete powder next to it as well, just to kind of complete that palette. And so what we're, of course, as we're talking about naming this Killer Bees, the idea is we're going to have black and yellow as part of the theme of the build. Now, we can't do too much of it, or it's going to look a little bit weird. And so I need to pick the base palette for the rest of it. Is it going to be something that's a little bit more stone, kind of like beardstones, you know, more, I guess, medieval, more of a building type? Or do we use something that's a little bit lighter in color like sand? And after last season, I swore I was never going to build a build with sand again. And here I am considering it because I really like the way that this yellow and the sandstone kind of work together. And these blocks, generally, I feel pretty good about those. So I'm going to have to think about that. I think I feel better about those than I do with these. And so I don't have a preconceived notion of what this building is going to look like yet. I just kind of have an idea of what I want it to be. And so I'm going to need a little bit of time to think about it. So we're not going to have time to actually build it in this episode. We will build it in the next episode. I'll probably spend some time over the next few days thinking about it, and then we'll build it over the weekend because we got to get our stuff being sold. And I was going to show you this really quick too before we kind of show where the building is going to go. But these are the kits right here. And so if you are a TV member and you're interested in what a Trident Killer kit looks like, this is it right here. And the other thing that we're going to do, in fact, I'm going to put that up here, is service we're going to sell. So we have items for sale and we have services for sale. And I'll have to put down another line. One, that is going to be Trident Killer installation. Installation. Is that spelled right? Good enough for government work. And so I will come by for a fee and install a Trident Killer in your chosen location. And I think also what I'll do is you can buy one kit for some price. I haven't decided yet. I'm thinking maybe 8 diamonds, which might be a little high, maybe 5 diamonds. Or you can buy 2 for 10 diamonds or 11 diamonds, and you get to keep the shulker box. So that's a thought too. Is you know, buy one or you buy 2, you get a little bit of a discount and some free stuff to go with it. But that's the big idea anyway. And with that, I think we're going to end this episode. We're starting to run a little bit long on time, even though I'd like to do a little bit of layout on the building. I think we're going to have to do that in the next episode. So this episode ended up being a lot more about mob grinders and things like that. The next one we're going to spend doing some building time because that's what we'd love to do, is do some building. So I really appreciate you guys sticking around. We had this tremendous response on the first video of the season, and so let's hope we can keep that going. We also, as I mentioned, got affiliate on Twitch, so things are looking up. Things are going really well for the channel, and I really appreciate everyone's support. In fact, if for some reason you're not subscribed, please consider doing so. Maybe even hit that thumbs up button. It does certainly help. And we will see you guys in the next episode here from Truly Bedrock, and we're going to get our killer bees on. Thanks a lot. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.